Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. How you all doing? I hope you're doing well. And welcome to the live watch along between Qatar and Switzerland in the World Cup, guys. Group B. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing fine. Thank you, guys, for joining me this evening, wherever you are in the world, guys. Thank you. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, put your notifications on, all that jazz. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Apologies for the difference in backdrop again. Of course, I'm traveling. So, but I'm bringing you the live coverage. Of course, there's not many people who are doing this game. There's a lot of people who have kind of, let me just put this up. They've kind of ignored this game, so to speak. They've kind of ignored this game, sadly. They're looking at the Brazilian game later on. These are not real, guys. This is football. This is football. It's World Cup. You know, at the end of the day. So look, Qatar against Switzerland should be an interesting game. I do expect Switzerland to win, however. However, Qatar from the last World Cup, when they were in the World Cup, they're a lot better now than than then, and they may have spring a surprise. Who knows? Apparently, the guy who owns PSG, the owner of PSG, said if Qatar win the game today, he will make the World Cup subscription free for everybody. What about that? What about that? It's going to be highly unlikely that Qatar win today. I think Switzerland are a very strong team, we know. And however, you never know in the World Cup. You never know. Difference of environment, America and stuff like that. But let's get through to the lineups, guys, for Qatar against Switzerland. Let's see all the lineups. Now, guys, majority of the Qatari team, they play in the Middle East. So not really much experience in the way of European football. In fact, none in regards to the starting lineup. This is the starting lineup for Qatar. In goal, we've got Abanada. They're playing the 4-3-3. On the right back, we got Alwi. We got Miguel in the centre back position alongside Koki. We got Elamin as the left back. In the midfield, we got Lai, Gaiba, Madibo. Up front, we got Atif Aderizag and Junior up front, guys. In regards to Switzerland, we got Kobel. Kobel, of course, who plays for Borussia Dortmund, the number one goalkeeper for them. They're playing a 3 at the back, 4-2. That is what Switzerland are playing. We've got Zakaria, of course, the Monaco player. He used to play for Tottenham, I believe he did. We've got Elvedi, the Borussia Mönchengladbach player. We've got Akanji, of course, the Inter Milan player. He used to play for Man City. As the right sort of wing back, we've got Michel Abisha. He plays for Pisa in Italy. We've got Remo Freuler. He plays for Bologna. We've got Granit Xhaka of Sunderland, of course, had a very good season. We've got Rodriguez, Real Betis. We've got Ndoye, of course, Nottingham Forest. And we've got Vargas, who plays for Sevilla in Spain. And up front, we've got Mbumo, the experienced Mbumo now, who plays for Rounds, of course. So those are the lineups. In regards to the substitutes, guys, the coach for Qatar is Lopetegui. Lopetegui, of course, the Spanish manager, very experienced manager. And Murat Yakin, of course, the Switzerland legend. Manages Switzerland at the moment, and yeah, he's been there for a while now, hasn't he? In regards to substitute, we've got the goalkeeper Michel Basham, the goalkeeper Saleh Zakaria as well. We've got a defender Hashmi Al Hussein. We've got a defender Lucas Mendes, Sultan Al Break. He's the defender. Abdelaziz Hatim. He's a midfielder. Ahmed Fatih, midfielder. Karim Boudiaf, midfielder. Mohamed Al Manay, midfielder. Ahmed Al Ghanehi, he's an attacker. We got Ahmad Al-Din, he's an attacker as well. We got Almas Ali, attacker. Hussein Al-Haidos, he's an attacker as well. Mohamed Muntari is an attacker, and Jashin Jamsed is attacker. In regards to Switzerland, we got Marvin Keller, the goalkeeper, Ben Vogo, the goalkeeper. We got Aurelie Amenda, the defender, Ere Kome, the defender, Lucas Jacquet, the defender, Arden Jassari, of course, Arden Jassari, you know about Arden Jassari at Milan. He's a midfielder. Jibril So, he's a midfielder. We've got Fabian Raider. And guys, we got our player that we've been looking at, isn't it? The one that we've been looking at, Man United have been looking at, is Johan Manzambi, guys. Johan Manzambi. We've got Johan Manzambi is on the bench, funny enough. I thought he would have started today, to be honest with you. We got Miro Moheim. We got Sylvan Widmer, Cedric Eaton, Christian Fashakt, Noah Akofo, Zeki Amdouni. Those are the lineups, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to smash that early cheeky like, guys. Get that likes in, get the likes in. Let's see if we can get the likes up today, guys, for this watch along. This watch along, because not many of us are doing watch alongs for Qatar against Switzerland. Not many of us. However, I will not be here tonight for the Brazil game. You got plenty of other people doing the Brazil game, obviously, but I am obviously very busy at the moment. So the next game I will be doing probably will be the Germany game. It will be the Germany game tomorrow, which will be Germany against Carousel. So that's what I'll be doing at the moment, guys. But guys, yeah, look, I hope this is an interesting game. I hope it's a good game. I hope there's a lot of goals, and I hope that, you know, one thing I would say is that Qatar do themselves justice. I hope they do themselves justice, and I hope they get something to cheer for today. Of course, let me just say thank you and big up, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for being a supporter for so long, my friend, and being part of this great family of Stretford Post. Really appreciate you. Very well. Good to see you, Bobby. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate that, mate. It means a lot. Thank you so much, my guy. Ephraim, good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Bobby. And I hope everyone is doing good in the stream, guys. I hope everyone's having a fabulous, what is it, Saturday today? Hope everyone's having a fabulous Saturday. As you can see, I'm back Saturdays and Sundays, I am out and about these days. I'm doing all sorts of things at the moment. So I am, you know, but I do try and squeeze in the streams, of course, the watch-alongs and everything like that. That's what I try and squeeze in. So, yeah, good to have you all here. It's good to see all the legends in the house, of course. It is, definitely. Good to see you all here, of course, guys. And, big up, Jav. What's going on, my friend? Hello, sir. I hope Qatar keeps it respectable. Look, you know what? Look, you know, they at the World Cup, they didn't really do themselves justice, in my opinion. They didn't really do themselves that much of a service. I would like to think that they've improved. I've watched a lot of, obviously, Saudi Arabian football and a lot of Qataris playing the Saudi Arabian League. I like to think that they've improved over the last few years now, you know, because, you know, they're in the World Cup. I mean, they qualify for it. It's not easy to qualify for the World Cup. Some big names are not qualified for the World Cup, of course. Bobby, Sal, Glazer putting more depth on the club really pissed me. I mean, look, you know, this is what I'm saying, Bobby. This morning I was talking about it. I was talking about the people are becoming overly zealous and overly giddy about Glazers and Ineos, and it really does baffle me. You know, celebrating Ineos before they've even done anything, before they've even actually signed a player, because they haven't yet. You know, this summer. So it really does baffle me. It really does baffle me the way people are, the way they're so they're overly emphasizing the Glazers and Ineos. So they're both the same of the two, both the same of one evil. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just hoping they've done it because they're selling. It would be a godsend, Bobby. Absolutely, I would love them to sell the football club. It would be a dream come true. I said I'll go to Manchester with an open top bus and celebrate the Glazers leaving the football club. That's what I would do. Honestly, I would do that. It would be an unbelievable moment for Manchester United, of course. But you know, what I would say is, we have to live in hope, don't we? We have to live in hope, guys. Absolutely. Let me just check this. Big up everyone, guys. Look, the Switzerland team looks pretty good. The Switzerland are a decent side. I do expect Switzerland to win this game. I just want Qatar to come out fighting. I would say that this game, if I was going to say a score for this game, I'll probably say 3-1 to Switzerland for this game. That's what I'm going to say, guys. I'll probably say 3-1 to Switzerland. Let me know what your score is going to be below, guys. Let me know what you're saying. I do think it's going to be a difficult game for Qatar. Of course, it's going to be, even for England, it would be a difficult game against Switzerland, wouldn't it? So, look, I do think it will be difficult. So, I'm going for 3-1 to Switzerland, Ephraim. I just hope that Qatar make it a game, make it a decent game, and make it a competitive game, if you know what I mean. And that's what I want at the end of the day, a competitiveness about the game, of course. That would be great, of course, guys. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, don't forget to get your likes in, guys. Get those cheeky likes in, to get those early likes in, get those late likes in, whatever you want, guys. Let's get those likes up. 2-1, says Ephraim. It's going to be a difficult game then. So it's going to be competitive. There you go. That's what we want. Absolutely. 4-0, says Bobby. You know what Bobby says there? It's probably more likely to be 4-0 than anything. I'm just giving Qatar a little bit of a chance. However, I just think I look at that Switzerland team and the experience riddled in that Switzerland team. I just can't see Qatar doing anything. But you never know in football. Football's a funny old game. We have heard of that before. And I think they can if they, implement themselves right. But it's very difficult when you got quality. And I'm looking at Qatar's team, and you haven't really got anyone who plays in Europe. Nobody plays in Europe. In fact, they all play in the Middle East, which I think that's a little bit of a disadvantage. I think a lot of the players need to spread their wings and go to the Premier League, or go, if they're good enough. Of course, they have to be good enough, but at least play in Europe, at least play in these countries, so that you get that feel for competitive football, if you know what I mean. And that's what I would say. But let's see what they can do today. Let's see how it goes, and let's hope that it is a good game, and it is a competitive game. Most importantly, not a 5-6 kneeler. It could be. They did lose a couple of times in the World Cup in 2022. Even they were at home in that World Cup, weren't they? Lost 5-0 a couple of times, didn't they? Let's hope they've improved since then. That's what I would say. And not like San Marino, who never improved, of course. The World Cup has disappointed me so far, which has surprised me. It hasn't disappointed. It's been all right. It's been all right, Bobby. It has. I mean, I haven't. I think the quality's been extremely low. I looked at Paraguay yesterday, and they were absolutely diabolical. Rubbish, to be honest with you. I haven't been impressed with the quality. That's one thing I haven't been. And it's something that, but obviously it's a struggle because the timings of stuff like for example, where I am at the moment, the Brazil against Morocco game is at 2 a.m. and it's difficult. I hate to moan about that. Obviously, we're advantaged because we're in Europe, but it is difficult, and I don't mind it being in Argentina and Brazil and Mexico, but it shouldn't really be here, to be honest with you. But Switzerland, big up myself. Thank you. So big up Switzerland. Always difficult. They're always one of those tricky teams to beat for anyone. Big up Gregory. How you doing, my friend? A cheeky like. Thank you so much. Thank you for your cheeky like, Gregory. I was just imagining much worse. Pick up. Thank you for your like, my friend Gregory. I hope you're doing well. I hope the legends are doing well on the stream today. Thank you so much for joining me for this bonus watch along, of course, guys. Let's not forget, I probably won't be doing the watch alongs tonight and tomorrow morning. Haiti against Scotland. Haiti against Scotland. What's that going to be? What is that going to be? A cricket score? Haiti against Scotland. Come on, guys. That's madness at the end of the day. But I will be back for the, obviously, Breaking Dawn tomorrow. And after Breaking Dawn, I'll probably do Germany against Carousel tomorrow, which would probably be a cricket score as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, some of these nations I've never seen play football, so it's going to be very interesting, of course. But yeah, I'm traveling again at the weekend. I usually am. I'm in the same place as I was last week, same spot, of course. So yeah, I usually am during the weekend. So look, just hope that is welcome everyone, and let's have a chat about Manchester United, about the ins and outs about Man United. Look, I think the common theme about this week for me has been the nauseating support for Ineos when they haven't done anything. That has been the key thing for me here. That people are backing them like blindly, even though they've done nothing to back and to celebrate. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. I don't understand how people could be so naive. I don't know, but it is. The problem is that what I would say about it is that if you blindly support something, they're going to give you what you expect, and that's going to harm the football club, isn't it? In my opinion, we're ready for kickoff, guys. Obviously, the games are kicking off a little bit later. Absolutely. Not watching the Brazil game, Gregory. No, it's at 2 a.m. for me, and I'm traveling, so I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do the Haiti game either. I will be back for Breaking Dawn tomorrow morning. I've obviously got a lot to do, so but I will be bringing you as many games as possible. Everyone's doing the Brazil against Morocco game, for goodness sake. I'm a bit upset no one's doing this game. Why not? You know what I mean? Look. I wish I could do all of them, but I can't, unfortunately. But I will try my best. As the tournament progresses, I will try my best to do more and more. Absolutely. Look, Ephraim, No problem, Sal. The time is difficult. It's difficult, mate. It's difficult, and plus I do other things as well. That's the thing, isn't it? I don't just do this, and that's it. I actually do other things as well. So obviously it's difficult for me to do the Brazil Morocco game, even though I would love to do that game because it's a good game. But guys, this game is Qatar against Switzerland, of course. Everybody's doing a Brazil game, but they aren't you, Sal. Exactly, Bobby. Exactly. There's only a couple. The real ones are doing the Qatar one. It's just people are just so predictable. I'm gonna do Qatar against Brazil because I feel like that is the best game, and that it is a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's a very good game. However, I'm not too bothered about it at the moment. Obviously, I would love to do it if it was a little bit earlier, but I can't do Qatar against Morocco and then do Haiti against Scotland and then do Breaking Dawn. My priority, of course, is Breaking Dawn is Man United, and I will try and bring the World Cup, of course, and celebrate the World Cup and support the World Cup. However, I have to look after myself as well. Do you know what I mean? And my personal life. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, look, but yeah, hopefully I'll be squeezing a few. Greg, Ineos didn't stand up to the Glazers who just increased the debt by approximately 100 million while refinancing the money the Glazers already borrowed against the club. Well, Gregory, this is exactly what I've been talking about for the last few days, and I've been absolutely astonished that some people are blindly supporting Ineos and blindly supporting the Glazers. Game is kicked off, guys. Game is underway. We are underway, guys. The game is about to kick off. They've delayed it here. 1 second. Yeah, the games are kicking off a little bit later than scheduled, at least a couple of minutes, 3 minutes than scheduled. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them. So yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's do it. Big up everyone in the stream, of course. Ineos, yeah, big up. Big up Low. What's going on? Morocco beat Brazil 2-1. No, Morocco will be. I think Morocco will win, Lowell. I think they will win. I think Morocco are good. I think they're very underrated. I think Morocco are heavily underrated. I think they're going to be one of my dark horses in this game. I think they're going to be one of my dark horses in this game, definitely. In this tournament, definitely. Big up everyone. Big up everyone doing the watch-alongs. Big up everyone doing the streams, of course. I just want to see loads of goals in this game. Probably be loads of goals to Switzerland, but I hope not. Do you know what I mean? I hope not. Hope not. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get this kickoff. Like, these delays are driving me mad as well. This is another thing about it. The delays. The delays are mad. The delays to the games are crazy. I mean, big up everyone. Let's have a chat anyway. Yeah, look. The Glazers taking more money out of the football club because I did say it. I did say it this morning. I felt like a lot of the fan base are getting a little bit too excited by Glazers and Ineos. They're getting a little bit too excited. They're getting a little bit too supportive for no reason. You know what I mean? They're getting a little bit supportive for no reason, definitely. Gregory, Sal, you are aware that I tune in a lot more United content. I have not seen any fans of United supporting the Glazers. Only a couple of Arsenal trolls said anything positive about. But those people, Gregory, what I would say, there are some people supporting Ineos. The people who support Ineos are basically supporting the Glazers. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, Ineos are the ones that facilitate the Glazers. They went to bed with the Glazers. So they're just the same they're two of the same evil for me. And that's why I said, like, you could hope that the Ineos do well, but let's not kid ourselves here, Greg. At the end of the day, they have not proven anything. They've actually done negative things, and and that's what I say. USA is good. They look good. They look good. They look good yesterday, definitely. Obviously, game underway. What I would say is that I hope that the USA stay in a competition for as long as possible, and I hope that Canada and Mexico do as well. I hope they both justify themselves, and they do well, both of them. Do you know what I mean? I would say, because it's always good to have the host nations prolong their existence in the tournament. Definitely, big up Lowell. Yeah, they look very good yesterday. Good to see, a couple of the old guard of the players, Pulisic pulling the strings, of course, for the USA yesterday. He was very good yesterday. Paraguay disappointed me though. They did disappoint me. Mandem, big up Mandem. Hope you're doing well. Big up Sal and the chat. Hope everyone's well. It's good to see you, Mandem. Hope you're doing well. England will win the World Cup. You know what? Lowell? I hope so. I hope so. I want to see England win one trophy. %90 possession so far for Switzerland. Goodness me. England. I just want to see England win one trophy, Lowell. I want to see England win one trophy in my lifetime. Is that okay? If they could win the World Cup, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It'd be great, isn't it? It's called football. That's what they need to do. Paraguay made USA think they could beat everyone. Paraguay were rubbish, mate. They were rubbish. Look, I'm going to give credit to the USA. It's not easy to beat these teams like Paraguay and Chile and teams like that. But one thing I would say is Paraguay were rubbish, mate. They were rubbish. And USA beat them only a few months ago, I believe, as well. They beat them twice and recently as well. They beat them 2-1 only a few weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, big up Lowell. One thing, a trophy in your lifetime isn't too much to ask. It isn't too much, Greg. Can I just have one trophy for England, please? I want the clean sweep, Greg. I want all the trophies for Man United, and I want to see an England the World Cup and an England European Championship. That'd be good. Man, like Jengers. Good to see you back, Jengers. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're blessed. Oh, it's saved. It's almost a goal for Qatar. Oh, it's almost a goal for Qatar. Unbelievable. They almost they nicked the ball there and they almost scored. Can you believe it? Can you imagine? They almost scored, Qatar. They're dominating from Switzerland, and then the Qatar came out of nowhere and just took that ball off them and nearly scored. That's what I'm talking about. You never know. You never know. Perhaps he should have scored there. Perhaps he should have squared it. Good press from Qatar, though. Good press. First little opportunity for them. Argentina, not so good. Argentina are going to be my surprise team in regards to being knocked out early. I think they'll get knocked out in the last 32 or something like that, or quarterfinal. Maximum, they're going to get a quarterfinal. Big up, man, then. Props to yourself for not falling for the nonsense links made out there by George Mendes. The guy has been using Mourinho, Fabrizio, and Real to hike the price of Mateus Fernandes. Thanks, Mandem. Look, Mandem, my biggest how do I say it? My biggest downer is that I've seen so many Man United fans supporting basically nothing. They're basically supporting nothing, and trying to big up something that doesn't exist. And that, I mean, it's ridiculous what I've seen. Some big content creators, are supporting Ineos, blindly, and the Glazers have taken out another 100 million. There you go. That's it. It's just it's what we've been talking about for a long time, isn't it? It was a big chance, though, guys. A mistake in the Swiss defence almost got Qatar through, and almost contributed to them scoring a goal. Absolutely. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? I think there's a few teams that can win the World Cup, Lowell. I think there's Spain, France, England. I think Portugal, and that's it. I think there's a few teams. I think those teams you can't look further from that. But I do think there will be a surprise. I think there's going to be a surprise. I think there was always going to be one team that is going to get to the semi-final that you don't expect to the semi-final. I think there's Norway, Morocco, maybe the USA could spring a surprise. And with football, especially when you're playing at home, you get into that confidence, you get the ball rolling, and then you never know what can happen. Let's get the lights up, guys. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining me. Howson's saying that Fernandez still off this morning. I know, but Howson hasn't really got the inside knowledge, Jengas. What Howson was talking about PSG. With all due respect to Howson, I've been speaking about PSG for the last few weeks now. I know that PSG have always been interested in Mateus Fernandes. I'm the one who broke it on Stretford Post. I was the first one to break that PSG also want Mateus Fernandes, and Man United need to act quickly. And that's what I was saying, and now they're acting like it's some kind of exclusive. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? And I've been talking, and the people in the community know how long I've been talking about PSG and Mateus Fernandes. Mateus Fernandes, what happens with Mateus Fernandes is basically Vitinha. Vitinha is saved there by Qatar. Good chance for Switzerland. Good chance for Switzerland there. Guys, Zakaria with the opportunity there. El Amin did well there, guys. Spot and Sal, there's so many Ineos exclusive. I mean, I mean, it's horrible. It makes me sick. Honestly, what I see, it just. Greg, the World Cup most likely comes down to Spain, France, Portugal, and England, and it also comes down to a lot of luck as well, Greg. What happens on the day? VAR, things can happen, anything can happen. I mean, to win the World Cup is very difficult. It's like the Champions League. To win the Champions League is very difficult. You need a lot of luck to go your way. Who is your favourite Premier League club? Manchester United, Lowell. It's a Manchester United channel. Manchester United, Lowell. That's my favourite football club. What is your favourite football club? Gregory Burke slowing the game down already. Damn, yeah, yeah, it's going to be one of those games. Well, Qatar are going to try and slow the game down, definitely. Big up and congratulations, Lowell. I hope you enjoyed the title win. Big up yourself. Mandem, I had no idea Lopetegui was the manager of Qatar. Yeah, experienced manager, Spanish manager. You support PSG? No, you support PSG? If England don't win it, I'd have dark horse team to win it. I'm getting behind Japan. It would be amazing if Japan won it, Jengas. I think that'll be incredible. Do you know what I mean? Bobby, Arsenal to PSG. I mean, he jumped ship pretty quickly there, didn't he? Lowell, you jumped ship quickly there. You went from Arsenal to PSG. Congratulations for winning the Champions League. And thank you for saving football. Well done. There you go. There you go. And thank you for saving football. See how I flipped it. See how I flipped it. Zakaria forces the corner, guys. He's the Switzerland player, Zakaria, battling past Ahmed Rodriguez. Wanders over to take the set piece. Here we go. Delivery towards the far post. Fargus. No. Qatar are safe. Cleared by Switzerland. Mandem, the Swiss team looks shaky. If Qatar can be clinical, they're surely. I mean, look, I would like to think, Mandem, that Qatar have been prepared for this game. They've probably been preparing for months. If this Swiss team looks shaky, yeah. Look. At the end of the day, as I said, I'd like to think that Qatar have prepared for this game and prepared like for years for this game. So months, let's say months for this game. So hopefully they can. Both teams are crap. There you go. We need more shoot. Yeah, though. People need to take chances. People need to take their chances, definitely. Hopefully, the game doesn't slow down. We've had a couple of those, but this happens in every World Cup. Sometimes teams like to cancel each other out, guys. Rodriguez. Oh, it's over the bar. Rodriguez, of course, a very experienced player for Switzerland. He knows a no, we know. I think he's always been a good player. But Ndoye had the best chance. Rodriguez overlapped, and when he received the ball, delivery towards the penalty spot, Ndoye he ghosted in, but it was a terrible finish, guys. Ndoye inside the first 10 minutes. But there has been a couple of chances for Qatar as well. There's been a couple of chances for Switzerland as well. So let's wait and see. Louis, Arsenal and Liverpool are the worse than Manchester United. Arsenal and Liverpool are worse than Man United. Next season, they'll definitely be worse than Man United. It's really worrying when I constantly see people push the narrative of us only getting 4 players. People never learn. I know they're harming Man United. This is exactly my point, Mandem. This is why people think I attack these content creators. People think that I like doing this, but they're actually having a bad effect on the football team that I love. You know what I mean? They're actually having a bad effect on them, and they're actually downing their expectations, and it actually lowers our mediocre. It sort of attracts mediocrity, doesn't it? Borodin in Morocco, I think he is. I think he is. Yes. Jengas chose to play for Morocco. I think he's got 2 caps for Morocco now. Yeah, I mean, fair play to him for choosing Morocco. I think Morocco are the future. Morocco are a very good football team. I think they are the future. I think Barodi's got the world at his feet. Definitely, he's a very good player. He's gonna be a great player. He is definitely. Lowell, what do you think of Mbappe? A nuisance. Very good player, but also he comes with a package. He comes with a package. I feel like that's evident since he left PSG. Look how well PSG have done since he left. Sometimes it's not just about talent; it's about mentality, it's about character, it's about influence within the team as well. You know what I mean? I would say still 0-0, guys. 12 minutes gone, guys. Qatar against Switzerland in this game. Switzerland in all green today, by the way. The hues, there you go, clash of colours, of course. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream. Really appreciate everyone. Smash a like, why don't you, whilst you're in there? That'd be fantastic. Qatar like slowly losing out on the battles on here, the little mini battles in this game. Qatar slowly giving it to Switzerland, and Switzerland are slowly edging their way into this game. They got to stay controlled and got to stay composed, Qatar. Otherwise, Switzerland will break them open. Mandem, Sal, how much do you think chance for Qatar in behind? Penalty to Switzerland. Already, guys, penalty to Switzerland. It is going to VAR. It is going to VAR, guys, but it is a penalty as we stand to Switzerland. He's onside. It's close. Yeah, he looks offside to me slightly, though. What do you think, guys? Is that offside? It looks very tight, though. It's going to be VAR. They're going to look at it. It was a penalty to Switzerland. It was a penalty to Switzerland, but there is a VAR call here. There's a VAR call. I think it's offside. Let's wait and see what the decision is. The goalkeeper looks in a bad way. Yeah, that was awful in the goal. Sal, how much do you think we'll get for Mateo still done? I said it from the beginning. We'll get him done for 65 million plus about 10 million in incentives, so it'd be about 75 million. So it'd be about 75 million for me. I don't have all this 85 million business. That's the starting valuation of Mateus Fernandez. However, if PSG do come in with a bid or Real Madrid come in with a bid, that's when it gets difficult. This is why Man United has to act quickly and not be complacent and resting on in regards to that. I thought he'd have chosen France, but he would have been playing he won't be playing the World Cup. Yeah, exactly, Jengus. Messi or Hajj White? Hajj White. Who's Hajj White? Goal! Penalty has been given, and the goal has been scored by Mbumo. Guys, Mbolo has scored the goal. The experienced striker. It's a goal. Just turned it back over. It's a goal. It's a penalty, and it's a goal for Mbolo has scored. And now Qatar have it all to do, guys. Now they have it all to do. They're already 1-0 down, guys. They're already 1-0 down. Switzerland have scored Mbolo from the penalty spot. I thought it was offside. Shocked. Big up everyone watching live. Smash the like. Kindly do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much, man. And you're a legend, mate. Bobby, from the header, he was offside, but the penalty stands. Yeah, and he scored. He scored in Bolo. Big up. Fine margins, but not offside. Exactly. Great penalty. Good penalty. Yeah, experience. I think he's experienced in Bolo's experience. He's very experienced playing Bolo. He's been in and around the Switzerland team for a long time. Do you know what I mean? Big up, Lyle. You're great too, my friend. I don't usually have this backdrop, by the way. I am traveling, so I'm fitting in. I'm fitting in everything whilst I am here, of course. Because guys, apologies for missing the game at Paraguay against USA. I wanted to do it, but it's just so much that's happening at the same time. Around that time, it's difficult for me to do everything, to balance it and stuff. So, but yeah, look, I'm going to try and do as many of these watch-alongs as humanly possible. Hopefully I can, and hopefully we have some fun along the way, and we have some good games coming up. Well, looks predictable at the moment. Switzerland are 1-0 up. They were getting into the game. They were starting to dominate the game possession-wise. Qatar were starting to get a little bit nervous. It was very close, but it was offside, I think. It was very close, but it was offside. It was onside, I think. It was very close. But Mbolo with the goal, guys, another World Cup that Mbolo has scored. Absolutely. Mbolo doesn't miss, does he? He sent the Qatar goalkeeper the wrong way. Switzerland got 83% possession at the moment, so it's already looking like a dominating game. In the last 15 minutes, it's been 83% possession. They basically dominated this. They basically got the ball 9 times out of 10. Lowell, I bet 50 quid Switzerland will win. Well, don't say that, Lowell. Don't say that. That would be boring. We want something entertaining, don't we? Jengas, I heard Millwall offer 5 million for BTEC for cheeky. No, he shouldn't go to Millwall. He's better than that. He's better than that, Jengas. He was Bristol City Player of the Season last season. He's better. I would rather him to stay at Bristol City. I think he's better than Millwall, definitely. I think he should play in the Premier League. It looks like a proper game, Brazil Morocco. It does, yeah. I think Morocco are going to do something. My prediction for that game, guys, because I won't be doing the watch along. My prediction for that game is 2-2. That's my prediction. No, Tool Gordon is underrated. Well, Barcelona rate him pretty highly, don't they? They spent a lot of money on him as well. So he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player. It's too late for me, Jengus. It's 2 in the morning for me, that game. And then obviously there's Haiti against Scotland. I've got Breaking Dawn as well in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning UK time as well. So I've got to do that. And obviously the most important is Manchester United and stuff. And early in the morning, obviously I make a call. I do a call about 8 o'clock to my guy who at Man United, and he tells me everything, what's going on at the moment. This is why I get a lot of the news very, very quickly. And you know, all this stuff about PSG is something that we've been talking about a long time on this channel. Do you know what I mean? Ephraim, Sal, when you prefer the World Cup in the summer or the winter? The summer all the time, hands down. Traditionally, the World Cup is always should be in the summer. I've always believed that. Unfortunately, with the Qatar thing, it was the heat obviously forced them to move it into the winter. But I still think I still think the Qatar World Cup was fantastic. Absolutely. Mandem, I was hoping that Vitek would stay and fight for his place with Le Mans. That would bring the best out of him. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to fight for it. The reason we loaned him out in the first place is because he doesn't want to play second fiddle to Le Mans. He wants to play first team football. Unfortunately, you can't blame him for that. But it's a save there from Qatar. Another chance for Switzerland. Switzerland are starting to dominate this game. It's a good stop. Zakaria is playing good today. Zakaria, to be honest with you. Obviously, Granit Xhaka, who plays for Switzerland. I think he's been one of the players of the season for Sunderland, definitely, this season. He's been one of the players of the season. Yellow card. Abdul Salim has got a red card. Jassim Gaiba, in other words. Let's get to guys. How many likes can we get today? Can we get the lights up? Come on, let's get these lights up. Lowell, Brazil or Australia? What's that in regards to that? In regards to what? Brazil or Australia? Well, if it's a game, it'd be Brazil, wouldn't it? What do you reckon happens with Rashford, Sal? I can honestly see him going back on loan somewhere, Jengus. If I was Marcus Rashford, I'd go to Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich would be a great club for him. I think he could rebuild his career there. He'd be playing alongside Harry Kane, amongst other very good players, at least same Musiala, players like that. I think he should go to Bayern Munich. I really do. He's really tunnel visioned in his thinking. He put all his eggs in the Barcelona basket, didn't he? And that's what happens, you know, when you beg a team, to sign you, and they'll do things like that because it's desperation. Barcelona know that Rashford is desperate. They don't take him seriously. They're laughing at him. He done well at Barcelona to an extent, obviously, but he begged them too much. It was too much. What did he say? If I was a magician, I would stay at Barcelona. Those sort of quotes are unnecessary because you're still employed. You're still employed by Manchester United at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Qatar's goalkeeper is keeping them in the game. Yeah, doing well. He probably has to do a lot of that. So, would you go for United's third midfielder? So, who would you go for United's third midfielder? I think we got it, isn't it? I think Edison is the third one, isn't it? Right, if he's not the third one, let's for argument's sake, you say he's not the third one. It's between, look, I think Alex Scott and Mateus Fernandes are second choices, by the way. I think. But if we got Alex Scott and Mateus Fernandes, it'd be fantastic. But if I was to pick other than those, because I know, but if I was to pick other than those, I'll probably go for someone a little bit, who's not there. I'll probably go for Sangare, Mamadou Sangare of Lens. It's someone like that. I might even go for someone like Keith Schmidt, someone like that, Free kick, cleared. A little bit of a stat about the manager of Switzerland, Murat Yakin. Of course, you remember him being played for Switzerland. He had 23 caps for Switzerland, and they all came in friendlies. Jengus, Vitek needs a regular football to continue his development. It's either cash in or extend his contract. I would like him to stay, Jengas. Obviously, I rate him very highly. However, obviously, I understand his position. He's at a certain age now. Player of the season at Bristol City, you know. And obviously, when you're playing in the Championship and places like that, it's very difficult to be a goalkeeper in those clubs. So he's obviously done very, very well. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Saka Lisbon. He's overrated. Yeah, definitely. Definitely overrated. 100% overrated. Mandem, Bayern are generally interested in Rashford. I just hope he agrees to lower his wages to join them, as Bayern will give him a good fee for him. He would do very well there. Honestly, Mandem, it will revolutionize his career. I really do think so. What the best thing for him to do now is not beg Bayern Munich, not beg Barcelona. Go out there and just sign for Bayern Munich. It's another massive club, and prove them wrong. And that's all you can do. They're scum. I know that Barcelona are scumbags, but Rashford, you reap what you sow. Rashford has himself to blame as well, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He has himself to blame. Jengas, yeah, Bayern probably be good. It would be good for him. I agree. Bayern will suit. It will suit his style of play as well. What do you think of Harry Maguire? I think he had a good season last season. However, I don't think he's a first team player for Man United. I think that if Man United want to evolve in regards to our play, I think we have to move on for players like Harry Maguire. And that's what I would say about that. I think we have to, if we want to evolve as a football club in regards to defensively playing out for the back and playing between the lines, I think we have to move on from Harry Maguire. But we gave him a new contract now. So it is what it is, isn't it? We have to keep him for the time being, guys, absolutely. So it is a water break, guys. We have got a water break. I mean, one thing I was going to ask the community, I was going to ask this one question. Is there a set time for the drinks breaks, and is that time brought into the injury time, and is it set? Is it absolute? And that's what I want to know. That's the question. All right. Anyway, players resumed. It's a corner. A corner was taken. It's another poor cross from Abanuda. It's another poor cross. There's a lot of bad crosses in this tournament so far. There's a lot of poor play in this tournament. Mbulo, right, here's a little stat, guys. Bril Mbulo has scored in each of the last 4 major tournaments for Switzerland, scoring twice in the 2022 World Cup. He's now done another one, guys. How many goals will Mbolo get this tournament? What do you guys think? Lowell, Prime City, Prime Arsenal, Prime Man United, mate. Jengas, normally around 20 minutes mark, water break. But how long for, though, Greg? Jengas, how long for? Because obviously there has to be a set time limit, isn't it? Because they add that time onto the time that's already going to be added, isn't it? So is it 2 minutes, 3 minutes? What is it? And there's quite a few of them as well in the game, isn't it? Is it 2 or 3 in the game fully? The funniest thing for me, Jengas, is that sometimes the temperature is like 26. I'm like, what? I'm living in the UAE. You know what the temperature was today? 47. And I'm still running. Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Not sure. I think that I'm not sure I stopped the clock during the water break. I don't think they do. I don't think they've ever did that. I've always said this about the referees and stopping the clock. They should stop the clock when the games are going on, when there's a foul or there's a player coming off. I do agree with the substitution thing about the how many was it? They got like 10 seconds to get off the pitch. I agree with that because there's a lot of time wasting. And the throw-ins is funny because obviously Diego Dallo, when he takes a throw-in for Man United, he runs from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch to take the throw-in. He won't be able to do that in this tournament. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Ephraim, so which player you think will be the top scorer in the World Cup? Harry Kane, all day long. Harry Kane would be the top scorer in the World Cup for me, in my opinion. Harry Kane would be the top scorer. Elvida is not looking. Is looking at the ball, and Barg is over, and Barge is over. It barges over Abdul Zirak. Very scrappy game so far. Another corner. Another corner. But Pedro looks to have collided with someone, so he's on the floor at the moment. So we have to get that sorted before the corner can be taken. 31 minutes, guys. Still 1-0 to Switzerland. Still 1-0 to Switzerland. What about Lampard? Scholes was better. I didn't know that for the new sub rules and throw-ins hate time waste and kills the game flow. Yeah, no, I do like that. The one thing I don't like, one thing I think should change is one of the rules that has been going on for years. You know, we saw it in this tournament for the red card. You know, when two players are running together and then one of the players runs in front of the player and slows down so the player behind him batches into him and it looks like a foul. That happens a lot. You know, or grabbing someone's arm and falling down with them so it looks like they've fallen on top of you. That happens a lot as well. These sort of things need to be analysed and looked at smartly. Do you know what I mean? Lowell, I think Frank Lampard is going to be the top scorer for the World Cup. Top goal scorer for the World Cup. I think Frank Lampard is the top goal scorer for what World Cup, mate? Lowell, what are you on about? Frank Lampard's retired, mate. We're talking about this World Cup. Harry Kane, I think, will be the top scorer for this World Cup. Frank Lampard's retired. He's gone. A long time ago, mate. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. We've got about 33 people in the house, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Let's get those lights up. Helps with the algorithms and stuff like that. Of course, Switzerland are dominating this game at the moment, but they are only 1-0 up. Let's not forget, they are only 1-0 up. This is, by all means, not an annihilation. Qatar still have an opportunity in this game. They have to believe in themselves, guys. If they can get to half-time at 1-0 and they can push it in the second half for the first 15 minutes, keep it tight, you never know what can happen in the second half. They can have a free kick. They can have a set piece. They could score off the backside, whatever. But, you know, they have to believe and have to keep solid. Don't go 2-0 down. Big up Lowell. I heard that they bought in a new Arsenal wall to stop the rugby union style. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is Arsenal like now. Arsenal made a bad name for themselves, haven't they? You know. When do you think Respect Fernandes sign for United, Sal? In July, Richard. In July. Like I said, it's funny, isn't it? Because I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Well, a week ago, wasn't it? About Mateus Fernandes agreeing personal terms with Man United. Now we've got other content creators joining in and saying that Mateus Fernandes has agreed personal terms with Man United. Don't credit me, do they? They don't, because I said it last week, guys. You know, and that is the first step of everything. Of course, that's the first step, but obviously agreeing terms and agreeing the fee with West Ham is completely different. It's actually that they actually got it the wrong way around. What they should have done is to agree a fee first with West Ham, then talk to Mateus Fernandes. But I think it's going to take time because of the way Man United do business in regards to the way they pay for their transfers and things like that. You know, they like these installment plans, and lots of these teams don't do installment plans, do they? Kaka or David Beckham? David Beckham, but two different players, I would say. Both very good players, but Kaka and David Beckham, they were very two different players, my friend. They're very different. No, this game was fun. Yeah, it's very dull, this game, but yeah, look, the thing is, what I like about it is that the fact that Qatar is still in the game. They're still in the game and they're not getting thumped here 2 or 3 nil at the moment. But that's the one thing about it. Yakin side are dominating possession. Switzerland are dominating possession. Almost they're toying with Qatar at the moment. But as long as Qatar can keep solid and they can keep it at 1-0 at half time. And then in the second half, obviously, I mean, in the second half, you never know if they could keep it tight, of course, Ndoye, of course, is playing pretty well. They're not in the Forest player. Ndoye. Jengas, Kaka was great at Milan. He went Madrid afterwards, didn't he? Yeah, for a record fee. Went for a record fee, something like that. And then, he shouldn't have been there. I mean, did he go to? Did he? Yeah. He went for a record fee. I mean, I'm lucky to have seen him live. He was brilliant. But I think Beckham was a different level in regards to. But there were two different players from different, like two different players. I mean, Beckham was a right midfielder mainly. Kaka was more coming in from the center, number 10. I would say that they're completely different, but they're both very good players. Where is the passing? It's nothing going on at the moment. Just a lot of toying from Switzerland. That's all I'm seeing. A lot of play for Switzerland. Vargas running down the flank. It's out for a goal kick. Big up everyone in the stream. Richard, who dark horse team for Africa for the World Cup? Morocco and Senegal. Richard, Morocco and Senegal. But I've got a hot take. I think the next continent to win the World Cup will be Asia. And I think if there is going to be a World Cup champion from another continent, I think it's going to be Asia. I think it's going to be Japan or South Korea. Mainly Japan, I think, because the way Japan are doing things to perfection, the way I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing in Japan at the moment, in footballing wise, and everything they put their head to, absolutely. Kaka was more central. Beckham was a white man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. SC 26-29. I haven't played a game for a long time, Lowell. I'm not very good at FIFA anymore. I need to practice. I need to practice these games. Ghana will test England, but I think England will run out victors 2-0. Do you remember when Senegal played England in the World Cup? Do you remember what happened? They were overrun. Now, there's two scores I got for Ghana against England. There's two scores, Richard. The one is 0-0, right? And the other one is 2-0 to England eventually. But it will be a tough game. It's not going to be an easy game, absolutely. Of course, Ghana didn't qualify for the AFCON. They qualified for the World Cup, though, but they didn't qualify for the AFCON. Yeah. What's your prediction for Scotland against Haiti? That's something interesting, isn't it? Scotland against Haiti. What's that going to be? 6-0? 5-0. Big up everyone in the stream. Scotland will win 3-0. That it, Richard? Only 3-0. Is it Haiti's first World Cup? Is Haiti's first World Cup only 3-0? Anything, Ged? What's going on? Switzerland will win 100%. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it, my friend? It looks that way. I mean, the only thing is that the best thing for Qatar to do is try and stay in the game, especially in the second half. Like, try and get to the second half only 1-0. If they can get to the second half only 1-0, I think they have an opportunity. You never know in football, and that's what I would say. But if it gets to 2-0, it's going to be 3-0, 4-0, pretty easier. They've got to try and be a little bit more expansive. They've got to try and be a little bit more attacking, like in regards to trying. They're not going to win. No, the most they can get is a draw if it stays at 1-0. You never know in football. Jengas, Kaka was good, but he couldn't cross a ball like Beckham. Nobody could. Beckham was a generational. Brazil will lose 2-1 today, Richard. I won't be surprised. I say 2-2. That's my prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised if Brazil lose. I wouldn't be surprised if Brazil win. I think it's one of those games, but I'm going for a 2-2 draw in that game. I'm going for a 2-2 draw in that game, absolutely. Zakaria's hat down Abdul Sarak to stop the counter attack from a Switzerland corner. It's a yellow card. Zakaria, the right back, has got a yellow card for Switzerland. They're doing the dirty games, guys. They're good. They're doing the dirty games. Dennis Zakaria, yellow card, right back. Tyra Fletcher in the Scottish squad. Hopefully he gets first. I don't like this, Jengas. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm not going to. Obviously, it's great that he gets in the World Cup and stuff like that. But I think like Scotland and that, they're like little peasants. Like, come on. Like, how can you give him a cap? He didn't even play for Man United hardly. It's unbelievable. How can you just give him a cap? Anyone, they just say, quickly give him a cap. Quickly give him a cap. It's like what they did with Scott McTominay, isn't it? And then Scott McTominay obviously could never play for anyone else but Scotland. Who's going to win this group? I think Switzerland will win this. Chance for Qatar, by the way. That was a chance there. Best chance of the game, to be honest with you. He sweeps the first-time effort towards the near post and right of the area, but Kobel has put it behind for a corner. It's a good chance for Qatar there, but they've got a corner. You see what I mean? As long as it stays at 1-0, guys, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what happens when it's 1-0. You never know what could happen. Big up, Lowell. Yeah, you got it, Ephraim. Big up. Good experience, Tyler Fletcher. At least it is good experience, but I just think it's running before you can crawl. Do you know what I mean? And I think these sort of things can have an adverse effect, especially playing for Scotland. You're going to get knocked out, mate. You know, I mean, that's what's going to happen. That's going to be a bad experience. You know what I mean? And you know, imagine they lose to Haiti. Wouldn't? Oh my goodness me. Lowell, who do you think is going to win, Netherlands or Japan? I think it'd be a draw. I think either Japan will win or it'll be a draw. It could be 1-0 to Japan, one of those games. Japan will win 2-1, says Richard. The other Fletcher chose England. I think it's a smart strategy rather than allegiance to any country. I just feel like they need to do the groundwork. They need to just like wait, you know, and don't jump into it. McTominay jumped into Scotland. Let's not look, guys. I know people like in regards to this, and McTominay chose Scotland because he didn't think he was going to play for England, you know. And if you just bide your time and wait around and just, you know, you never know. So when is the England game? I don't even know, you know. Let me have a look. England are playing Croatia. England. So England fixtures. So on the 18th of June. So we've still got a while for England game. We got 5 days. On the 18th of June at 12 a.m. Well, it's the 17th of June in the UK. It's the 18th of June for me. It's 12 a.m. for me. So it's the 17th of June. So it's Wednesday, the 17th of June, and that will be 9 p.m. UK time. That will be the time that the kickoff is there. It'd be 12 a.m. my time. It'd be 9 p.m. Then England have got Ghana on the 23rd of June at 9 p.m. UK time. Tuesday, the 23rd of June, they got Ghana. I think if Croatia's a tough game, Ghana's a tough game. It's underrated this group. I actually think it's one of the more trickier groups, in my opinion. I actually think it's one of the more trickier groups. Scotland go further in the World Cup than England, in my opinion. I disagree. No, they won't. Scotland won't go further than England. Scotland are overhyped. As soon as they play someone decent, they're going to get slapped up. It's simple as that. You know, you remember when England played them a few months ago? What happened? It was easy for England. You know, was it easy? They played them away and they just outplayed them completely. I don't think they will. No, it depending on their play, of course. But I don't think they will. No, I think they'll go out the group. I do. I think they'll go out the group. I think they'll beat Haiti. No doubt anyone could beat Haiti, for goodness sake. But I think they'll go out the group. So Scotland's fixtures. They got Haiti coming up, of course, tomorrow. Morocco will beat them. Brazil will beat them. Game, set, and match. That's it. Yeah, Morocco will beat them. Brazil will beat them. I think Scotland will finish third in the group. Then they might go into the playoff, wouldn't they? They might go into the playoff, depending on how they do. Jengus, nobody expects England to do anything. I'm too old to get excited in England more. I think the one thing about this England squad is that, you know, the least expectant we are, we generally do well when we're the least expecting. And that's what I would say about that. We generally do well when we're least expected. By the way, Ruben Amorim is now leading contender for the AC Milan job, by the way. I mean, what do you guys make of that? Ruben Amorim, AC Milan. I would like him to go to AC Milan, actually. And you know what I would like? I would like Ruben Amorim to go to AC Milan, and I would like him to win the league or do something amazing with AC Milan, because AC Milan have been poor for a long time, haven't they? Absolutely. Gaza reminds Scotland how fondly when he lobbed Colin Hendry. I mean, England's B team could beat Scotland, mate. Simple as that. England could get the players that were left at home and they could beat Scotland. So I would love to play Scotland in the World Cup because it was an easy win. You know, I mean, England played Scotland many times over the last few years, and every time England have won. You know, not a chance England would go further than Scotland would go further. Well, one thing I would say, Richard, he's certainly better than the Scotland manager. He's won a Champions League, hasn't he? So he knows what he's doing. But there are a number of players that I would have brought to the World Cup I don't agree with his squad. But like Henderson shouldn't be there. Henderson shouldn't be there. We should have had at least Carl Palmer, Morgan Gibbs White, Adam Wharton, Lewis Hall. I mean, they should have been one of them. A few of them should have been at the World Cup, definitely. And having someone like Henderson in the World Cup doesn't make any sense. He's just stifling the opportunity for younger players, in my opinion. Definitely, that's what he's doing. But yeah, I hope Amram does well. I really do hope that Amram does well. Big up everyone in the stream, though, guys. You're absolute legends. Thank you for everyone who's joining me today. I really appreciate you all, of course. Thank you, guys. I will be back, obviously, after this game for Breaking Dawn tomorrow morning as well. So lots of news coming in fast, quick and fast. I'm not allowed to say anything at the moment, but there's some big news coming out, circulating around Man United. So don't forget to join me tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, guys. I don't understand why the United fans crying about Maguire omission. I'd have left him home as well. He's Look, one thing I would argue in his case, right, in his defence, I would say he's better than Burn. Yeah, he's better than Burn. But I actually felt that Aiden Heaven should have went to World Cup. I think Aiden Heaven is better than Burn and better than Konza. That's what I think. I think he's better than both of them. And I think Aiden Heaven should have been at the World Cup. Forget about Harry Maguire. I think Aiden Heaven's better than them. He's better right now. All right. Some may say that he's young and all that. But I actually think that Aiden Heaven's better than all of them. You know? By the way, guys, sorry, guys. I'm getting carried away. Guys, it is half-time in the game. Guys. And it is half-time, so my timer hasn't stopped. Let me just stop my timer. It is half-time in the game, guys. It is 1-0 to Switzerland. To be fair, guys, Qatar have stayed in this game. They've not been overruled. They've not been, thumped, slapped up, and all that business. They've actually done quite well. They stayed in the game. Can they get a goal, though? That's the key, isn't it? Can they get a goal? That's the most important thing. If they can get a goal, equalize, believe in themselves. They need a little bit of luck, don't they? Richard, if not taking Hall, you should have took Shaw. Who have they got at left back? Who have they got at left back now? Yeah, absolutely. Heaven's underrated, Richard. You're going to see, like, next season, Heaven's going to come good. I think Heaven is a generational. I really do. I think he's better than Konza. I think he's better than Lewis Skelly. I think he's better than all these players. Honestly, I think he's highly underrated. And I think that, Thomas Tuchel has been very one-dimensional with his thinking. He's not really thinking. He's gone too much on the hipster sort of managerial style, and I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he's thinking, with some of the decisions. I do worry about England defensively. I think if England are going to struggle, it'll be defense. But also, who's the creative spark at England? So already we're looking at England at the moment, right? And we're looking at them as a running sort of team. They're not going to be a team that's going to keep possession, because you look at Marcus Rashford, you look at Eze, you look at the Saka, you look at these players. They're all runners, isn't it? Like road runners, so to speak. So who's going to be the guy to keep possession and stuff like that? Heaven for sure, absolutely. I think O'Reilly's not bad though, Jengis. I think he's a good player. But obviously, Lewis Hall should have been there. But O'Reilly is a good player. But I also see O'Reilly as more of a midfielder sometimes as well. He plays for midfield for Man City a lot of times. All right, lad. We Scousers are not English. Well, you're born in the British Isles, mate. You're English, mate. As much as you say you're not, you are English. You do represent England. You're English. Otherwise, you're just like a country like San Marino, probably. If you're not English, you shouldn't be playing in England. Maybe you should make your own league up. Who's going to be in your league? Tranmere, Everton, Liverpool. Good luck with that. Big up, Michael. Heaven and Euro need to be United starting partnership for the next 2 seasons. I agree, absolutely. I agree, Richard. And I think that's what we should be playing. I think that's what we should be playing for the time being. We should be focusing on Heaven and Euro. Definitely. 100%, mate. 100%. You know, I actually think, Richard, I think once we fix that midfield, right? Once we fix that midfield, I think it's going to improve the defense anyway. I think it's going to improve defense and actually improve the attack as well. It will act as a link between the defense and the attack. I think if we fix that midfield. The Newcastle fullback has gone as well. Forgot his name. Think he can play both sides. Livramento. Is it Livramento? Livramento. Big up everyone on the stream, guys. Thank you everyone who's joining me today, by the way. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you. Yeah, that's it. Livramento, yeah. Livramento. Good player. Play Godwill. Kokunki. He's got a future in his hands. I think next season he'll get his opportunity, definitely. Yeah, he's got so waiting for the second half to start, guys. Still 1-0 to Switzerland. Big up everyone, guys. Big up everyone. What are the odds? Right, let me just read this. Opta's live win predictor has now Switzerland ending with victory in a convincing 91.8% of data-led simulations. However, Yakin would not be happy given how many chances his side have wasted, somewhat down to the brilliance of Abunada. I think he's been brilliant in goal for Qatar so far, guys. The Qatar goalkeeper has made 5 saves so far. I bet he did not concede the penalty for Imbolo's 6th goal in a major tournament for his national side. 91.8%. They're certain that Switzerland are going to win this game. 91.8%. Wow. That's the Opta index. Is there going to be a chance for Qatar to come back into this game? You never know. It's not all about Opta index. It's not all about that. Richard, United could have one of the youngest starting 11s in the Premier League next season. If you're good enough, you're old enough, isn't it, Rich? If you're good enough, you're old enough. I would like that, actually. It'd be nice to have a young team. It'd be nice to have a team that can win. Do you know what I mean? I like Godwill Kukunki going forward, but going for the other way, he needs improvement. He's not over the first couple of yards. Yeah. But one thing I like about Kokunki is his physicality. I think he's well above his years in regards to his physicality. I mean, for his age, I think he's amazing. He's incredible. He's an absolute animal. But yeah, definitely. Waiting for the second half to start. In the first half, just to let you know, guys, it was 74.9 possession for Switzerland. That was the possession. There was 4 shots on goal for Qatar. There were 14 from Switzerland. 2 shots on target for Qatar. There was 6 from Switzerland on target, at 3 corners for Qatar and 4 for Switzerland. They're not done that badly. Possession wise, they need to pick up their possession. Though that's crazy. That's crazy. They need to pick up that possession. Absolutely. The possession wise, they need to get that up. They need to increase that. They need to get that up. Definitely. Guys, absolutely. Not far away from Qatar, I am, guys. I'm literally an hour away from Qatar flight, but not even an hour. It's like literally 45, literally half an hour flight. I'm in UAE at the moment. So that's why I am at the moment, guys. So obviously, I've got a little bit of a soft spot for Qatar. Hopefully, they get something from this game. Hopefully, they get a draw. You never know. Kokungi is a serious unit for sure. I think he could make a centre back for that. Yeah, I do see him more, Jengas, as a more of a centre back kind of player, unless he transcends into a kind of fullback, low block sort of left back. But yeah, definitely, I think he'll be a great left centre back, and I think he's got a great future. Would like to see him go on loan, maybe sometime, maybe to a Premier League club. That'd be good. But yeah, very very good talent. I like Fredrickson as well. Hasn't quite come on leaps and bounds. I think the ones I'm excited about the most, obviously, there is Kokunki. I'm excited about Jim Thwaites, JJ Gabriel, and Shea Lacey. Those players there in particular, and Matato, by the way, as well, the right back. Those players in particular are the ones that I think about now, and I think they're going to be good players. Richard, Carl Rooney looks ready for next season. Do you think he goes on tour with the JJ Thwaites? The problem with Carl Rooney, can I be honest with you? And look, I'm just saying this not because it's an absolute I'm right and this and that, but I always have a little bit of skepticism about footballers whose dads were footballers. I believe that they favoritism. I believe there's a little bit of element of favoritism that goes on. And like Jack Fletcher and Tyler Fletcher, I think there's a little bit of favoritism there. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? 2 players, the sons of Darren Fletcher, play for Man United. I just have a little bit of thing. Like, for example, when Wayne Rooney became a footballer, what was Wayne Rooney? Wayne Rooney was a street footballer, wasn't he? He was someone who he didn't take any nonsense. His son's not going to be like that. His son's brought up rich, and this is why I have a problem with it. He's brought up rich, and it obviously, in my opinion, it takes a little bit of edge away, Richard, big up. Yeah, he looks good. I saw him a couple of times recently. Last year, in particular, in the final, I think I watched him. Big up, everyone, guys. Just waiting for the second half to get underway. It's getting underway now. Hopefully, players are out. Players are out, guys. Richard, United have a bright future with the players coming through the under-18s. Yeah, they just have to give them a chance. You remember what Sir Alex Ferguson said, didn't you, Richard? He said, if you don't give youngsters a chance, they stifle and they drift off and they're into their beach. You have to give them an opportunity. I really do hope we see a lot more of them next season. I really do, because we haven't seen enough of them this season, in my opinion. I know, I understood Carrick's situation. Carrick's situation is basically he needs to get results, wasn't it? He needs to get results, and that's the bottom line. He needed results, and that's it, But next season, I would like to see a few more players coming through, definitely. We're still waiting for this second half to start, guys. Very late, these second halves, these games are kicking off. They're very late. Very late. Sweet. Sweet as a nut. Sweet as a nut. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. We're waiting for Qatar. We're right up to it. We're up to scratch now, guys. Just waiting for this second half to start, of course. Don't know why they're taking so long to start. This is what they do. This is what they do, but we're just waiting. Qatar got a massive half this half. They got an opportunity. It's only 1-0. That's what I would say. You know, it's an opportunity. And that's what I would say about that. And whilst there's an opportunity, you never know. It doesn't matter who the team is. You could be playing in a non-league and you can get a draw. Sorry guys, just reading a tweet. Yeah, just waiting for this. Big up, guys, in the stream. I hope everyone's doing good. What's your Saturday looking like, guys? Are you going to be who's going to be watching the games tonight? Brazil against Morocco, and then obviously Haiti against Scotland. Who's going to be doing both of them? The Haiti games. I mean, come on, Scotland are going to win that, regardless. Guys, Scotland are going to beat Haiti. It's no point. It's going to be like, even if they win 1-0, they're going to win. Even if they win 2-0, they're going to win. I don't think Haiti. I might be proven wrong, but I guarantee you, there's no chance Haiti do anything in that game. Definitely not. The physicality from Scotland, the experience from Scotland. They're going to beat Haiti. They're going to get off to a winning start. And I'll be surprised if Scotland don't win more than 3-0. That's what I would say. But obviously, World Cup, Scotland haven't been at the World Cup since 1998, where they embarrassed themselves. So you never know. Game underway, finally, guys. Finally, the game is underway. For goodness sake, what the hell is that all about? Yeah. Finally, the game is underway. We are in the money. We are in the money. Can Qatar come back in this game? Can they spring a miracle? Some may say. Can they make it happen? Believe in themselves. They might be able to do something and maybe get a draw, sneak a draw out of this game. Wouldn't that be? That'd be a historical result for Qatar, wouldn't it? It'd be a historical result, for Qatar. Big up, everyone. Qatar is having some good chances, guys. They are getting their own way some parts, guys. But Switzerland obviously are dominating the game. They look, Qatar are not completely out of the woods. They're not completely dead and buried here. They're going to have opportunities. They're playing okay, in my opinion, and they're going to have opportunities. at the moment. When you look at the game, obviously Qatar got 25% possession, Switzerland 75. Obviously, it just seemed like dominating. And you look at the XGs, it's just ridiculous. But whilst it is only 1-0, guys, in the 48th minute, by the way, you never ever know. I think they've improved from the last World Cup. I do. I said this at the beginning of the game. I think the most important thing for Qatar is to improve from the last World Cup. That's what I would say. They have to improve from the last World Cup, because the last World Cup, I don't think they did themselves justice. I think they were very toothless. It'd be great for them to get a goal. It'd be great for them to get a goal. Get a goal against a big nation like Switzerland. And guys, let's not forget about Switzerland. Let's not ignore Switzerland here, right? If Switzerland have knocked out the likes of France in the last few years, you know that. Whether it be the Euros or whatever, they've knocked out the likes of France. So they are a decent, experienced team. So they're no mugs. They're no mugs at the end of the day. So there are other teams that would get rolled over properly by them, definitely. But as we speak, it's still only 1-0, and you never know what can happen, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You never know. Free kick, Vargas. He won it. He's going to take the free kick. He delivers it towards the area. Valverde's header takes a deflection behind for a corner. It came off Kuki in the Qatar defense. So it's a corner to Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland already started putting pressure on. They've already started putting the pressure on here. Corner comes in, punches it away. Clearance from Kuki. Shaka with a long shot. Narrowly over the crossbar. Still 1-0 Switzerland. Still 1-0 to Switzerland, guys. Big at everyone in the stream. Legends in the house today, of course. Legends, absolute legends. Thank you, everyone. Is there anyone not watching it? I mean, there's a lot of people going to be watching that game tonight, definitely. I mean, I will be keeping one eye on it. Obviously, it is very late for me, 2 a.m. Beef Bully, what's going on? Swiss, a good team. Spain 2010, France 2021, Italy 2020 have had, they're an experienced team. And a lot of the players, Beef Bully, they still play. In Bolo, for example, it's still playing. A lot of them have a lot of experience. They know how. So what Qatar are doing at the moment, they're holding in there. They're doing all right. If they can get an opportunity, they have to try and take that opportunity. Whether that's a set piece, whatever it is, they've got an opportunity here. Whilst it is only 1-0, but if it goes 2-0, forget about it. Vargas cross to the back post. Ndoye spin. That's a chance. He's having a lot of chances here. Is well wide of Abanada's left. He span in the box. It was a good cross from. It was a good cross there from Vargas, but again, another wasteful opportunity there from Ndoye. By the way, a little bit of a stat. Mbolo becomes the third player in history to score his first 3 World Cup goals against teams from Africa, Europe, and Asia. So Mbolo becomes the third player in history to score his first 3 World Cup goals against teams from Africa, Europe, and Asia. The other 3 were James Rodriguez of Colombia, Artem Zhuba of Russia, and obviously Mbolo now, of course. Mbolo. Don't forget to join me, guys, tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. We'll be live, of course, tomorrow morning. Still going to be live. Big up everyone, guys. Ed Milson clatters through the back of Ndoye there. It's a free kick to Switzerland on Qatar's left side. Rodriguez, of course, the guy for the free kicks. Always the guy for the free kicks. The experienced guy for Switzerland will be taking the free kick. He swings it towards the near post. And it's out for a corner again to Switzerland off Kuki, the Qatar defender. It is a corner to Qatar, to Switzerland, sorry. It's a corner to Switzerland. Yeah, Rodriguez has always been a very good set piece taker. He's always been he's always been there, hasn't he? He's been there for years now. Doesn't age, that guy. He's been there for years on doing the set pieces for Qatar, for Switzerland. Sorry, definitely. Just a little bit of a clarification, guys. Let me just watch this corner. No. Big up on the stream, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes. I don't think. Well, can we get to 50 likes? I'm not going to be pessimist there, actually. I think we can get to 50 likes. Come on, guys. We can get to 50 likes. We can do it. Little bit of a stat. Switzerland have won 6 of their previous 8 have won 6 of their 8 previous FIFA World Cup matches in which they have led at half time. Only failing to win against Spain in 1966, 2-1, and Costa Rica in 2018, 2-2. Yakin side have started this half strong too. Yeah, look. Switzerland are not bad at all. They got a lot of records there. You know, got a lot of records there. They got a lot of good plays. You know, they've always had that. I remember them in Euro '96. What a team they were. You know, back then with the Chaprusats and all these players, they were very good back then. Yeah, it's kind of their golden generation was the 1994 team, in my opinion. That was kind of their generation, the 1994 team. So there's been no substitutions so far, guys. No one has made a substitution yet. Both teams are still the same. Nothing from Qatar coming up. We are reaching the 58th minute. There's no sign of Qatar making a change. If they want to score a goal and maybe go a little, I mean, they are playing a 4-3-3. Maybe it's a pragmatic 4-3-3. But if they want to score a goal, they need to start thinking about it, thinking about changing the formation, maybe going a little bit more direct. Who knows? That's what they need to do. Akanji with the lob over the top for Vargas, over hit. But he does well to flick it out for a throw-in rather than a goal kick there. So it's a throw-in to Qatar right now. There's been a little bit of a lull in the last 5 or 4 minutes, and Yakin will be, look, it's been a little bit of a sort of sloppy play going on in this game at the moment. Lots of sloppy play. And it is still only 1-0, of course. So, obviously it's not really, the game is not really lighting up. Qatar can make it light up, definitely, if Qatar get the next goal. I mean, I don't know where the goal's coming from. I just can't see it happening. I really can't. I mean, I might be proven wrong. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I just can't see the goal. I can't see a goal happening. I really can't. Absolutely not. Not right now. That's for certain. Half an hour to go, guys. It is still substitution. Ahmed Fatih is on for Qatar. They are making changes now. So let me just read out the substitutions for you. So let me just see. Apparently we've got substitutions coming in. Karim Boudav is coming on for Qatar. Karim Boudav is coming on for Qatar. Ahmed Aya Allah is coming on for Qatar as well, guys. So we got Ahmed Fatih and Karim Boudav who have come on for Qatar as we speak. They're making a whole load of changes. That are they going for it now? Ahmed Fatih, of course, is a player who plays at Al Arabi, a lot of the players will. So Ahmed Fatih, Karim Boudav, and Ahmed Alaudin has come on for Qatar. Ahmed Alaudin plays for Al Rayyan. You may know Al Rayyan from Qatar as well. So they play in the Qatar League. Boudav, he plays for Al Dahal SC in Qatar as well. So a lot of the players play in home country. A lot of them play in Qatar or in the Middle East. Beef Bully, if England want to win the World Cup, they've got to beat at least 2-3 big teams. Can they do it? You know what they say, Beef Bully, in life? In general, if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And Man United have done it many times, Beef Bully. When we used to play under Alex Ferguson, we used to play the big teams all the time. If you want to win tournaments, you're going to have to beat these teams. You're not going to go for a tournament, for a whole tournament, without playing one of them teams. You're going to meet one of them sooner or later, whether it's in the beginning or whether it's in the final. You're going to meet one of them. So the best thing for you to do, I actually feel like sometimes it's actually better to have a difficult group. I think England have got a difficult group. They've got Croatia, they've got Ghana. That's difficult. Not the most difficult, but it's difficult. But I don't mind England playing these player teams because, you test yourself, don't you? I would love England to go out there and play like the big teams in the next round, and Argentina or things like that. And what confidence that would give you if you go out there and knock out Argentina in the quarterfinal or something? Or Brazil, someone like that. That's the sort of confidence that you get from that. Game is on. I am impressed with Qatar, though. I do think that Qatar have flustered Switzerland a little bit. They have humbled Switzerland a little bit. I do think they've done all right, but obviously Switzerland have got so much possession. They're dominating the play. They're passing it around. They got 82% possession, whatever it is. But it has died down a little bit. Yakin does look a little bit nervous here. Qatar have made a few changes as well. They've made a few changes. Jasin Gaber came off, by the way. So did Yusuf Abdul Sarig came off as well. And also Ayub Alwi, he came off as well, guys. Just to let you know, those are players that come off. But they have made Switzerland look a little bit flustered, in my opinion. They have. And with 27 minutes to go, can they do something? FIFA only. FIFA want to nudge. What's that? To nudge the World Cup 20FIFA. What's that? I don't get that. I don't get what you said there, mate. Beef bully, you're doing it again. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. I don't know what you mean. I can't read that. If FIFA want to nudge the World Cup. I don't get that. The World Cup. I don't get that. One thing I would say about the World Cup host though, they're not going to do like single World Cup hosts anymore. I think that the days of the single World Cup host are gone, in my opinion. I think they're going to be doing obviously they're going to be doing like Morocco, Spain, and this. Morocco and Spain are going to be hosting the World Cup very soon, isn't it? You know, Vargas, he skips away from 2 challenges. Kuki Hook hacks him down. I've been impressed with Kuki though of Qatar. Let me just tell you that right now. He's done pretty well. He's the only one really defending. Him and the goalkeeper have been brilliant. He's a little bit cynical. He's a little bit naughty, but yeah. Free kick to Switzerland. He takes the free kick, takes it short. El Vardy. Chance. Blocked by the Qatar defense from El Vardy. That was blocked. Still 1-0. Still 1-0, guys. 25 minutes to go, guys. It's 1-0 to Switzerland at the moment. There's no point. Whether you lose 1-0, 3-0, you've got to try and get something from the game. Of course, the top 3 go through. Well, 8 of the top 3 go through. Not every top three team goes through. It's only about 8 of them go through. It's quite a lot, though. So you have to try and get something. Make it. If you come third in the group, you never know they can come third in the group. I don't get what you're talking about. Yeah, 64 teams. Okay, so Beef Body, they're gonna move it to 64 teams. Too many teams, Beef. It's too many teams. Even right now, we got too many mediocre games. There's too many games there now that are just mediocre. It's too many. Even now, there's too many games that are just. I mean, Haiti against Scotland. Germany against Carousel. I mean, it's good for them. But Roy Keane said it. I think Roy Keane said it last week. He said, it's not bad. It's okay to have these teams at the World Cup, but they have to be able to compete. And I agree with him, because if they go to the World Cup and they're getting slapped up 5-6-0, you're better off just having Italy and teams like that in the World Cup, because it doesn't help them, does it? They have to be able to compete. And I agree with Roy Keane. What Roy Keane said there was spot on. I agree with him 100%. Substitution for Switzerland, Ndoye is coming off, guys. Manzambi, the Man United linked player, of course, is coming on. Ndoye is injured, by the way. He looks injured there, so he's come off. He's had a few chances, Ndoye. He's missed a few chances as well. He's had an up and down game. He's got a little bit of a knock, though, so he's coming off. Manzambi is coming on. Looking forward to seeing Manzambi here. Of course, the Freiburg player. Very good player, indeed. Very good player. Still 1-0 to Beef Buddy. Yeah, so many reasons have been out with Uruguay, Spain, Ivory Coast, etc., etc. Look, you know what? Look, I really, really don't mind having an expanded World Cup. I don't mind there being all these teams in the World Cup. It's great, right? But as I said, they got to be able to compete because then what we got to understand is that then this, if we bring everyone into the World Cup, there's no point having qualifications then, is there? Because just give everyone a chance. Just put everyone in the World Cup. Why not? Anyone on that list, 100 teams. There's still 100 teams. We'll be here for months, you know. Shaka's not been good today. You know, I'm surprised by Granit Xhaka, you know. It's a hydration break again, guys. But you know, I just want to have a bit of a word about Xhaka. Xhaka's had a really good season for Nottingham Forest, for Sunderland. He's had a great season for Sunderland. A little bit missing in this game, but you know, one thing I would say about the World Cup, you know, these games happen. These games happen to the best of teams. Do you remember when Switzerland beat Spain 1-0? Was it the opening game of the Euros or something like that? And then I think Spain went on to win the Euros or something like. But Switzerland beat them. You know, it happens sometimes. You know, these World Cup games are just never like. You know, I do think there will be one tomorrow. I think there will be one tomorrow. I think there will be a 4-5-5-0 tomorrow. I think Scotland are gonna annihilate Haiti. I mean, let me have a look at Haiti. Who's Haiti's main player? Key player. So they got their goalkeeper. Hold on. So Haiti. So they actually got some players. They got Wilson Isidore. He plays for Sunderland. The former France under-21, but he ended up allegiance with Haiti. There you go. They drew 1-1 with Iceland. That's not bad, and he scored. That's not bad. They got another one who plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers, Jean-Richard Bellegarde. He plays for Haiti. Johnny Placide. Johnny Placide is a goalkeeper, plays for Bastia in France, so it's not that bad. Hans Delcroix. He plays for Lugano. So that's not bad. He used to play for Belgium as well, and then he ended up with Haiti. Dawkins Nazon, he plays for Esteghlal. I'm not sure who that is. But no, yeah, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as I thought. They have got a couple of players there. You can even win with ATB and Chile. Exactly, Beef. G-Dog, hello, sir. I'm not impressed with some of the teams, to be honest. Neither am I, G-Dog. I'll be honest, G-Dog. I mean, I just think there's too many average player teams in there. Honestly, if tomorrow, G-Dog, big up G-Dog, by the way, if tomorrow it's 5 or 6-0 to Scotland and, you know, 6 or 7-0 to Germany against Curacao, you know, it's Roy Keane said it. Roy Keane said he doesn't mind having big World Cup, but the teams, they have to be able to compete. You know, like I'm watching Qatar today, and you know what? They've done well to be 1-0, but they don't look like scoring. They're just waiting for the inevitable. You know, they're just waiting for the inevitable. But you know what? One thing I would say about the old cliche about football: when it's 1-0, you never know. You never know. Something can happen. Obviously, a shot from distance that deflects in. It could be a set piece that, you know, an own goal. Whilst it's 1-0, you just never know. You know, you just never know. I just think, yeah, no, I just think that New Zealand shouldn't be at the World Cup. I mean, New Zealand at the World Cup. Come on, guys, the World Cup, right? I know that these teams deserve opportunities, right? But let's be real here. Let's be totally real, right? Would you rather have the teams that are in the World Cup right now, or would you rather have Italy and teams like that in the World Cup? You know what I mean? I know they have to qualify, but it's a lot harder to qualify for European competition. Like you look at the qualification stage for Carousel. You look who they play. You know, it's ridiculous. But it's what it is. Like I said, you might as well just let everyone into the tournament if you're going to do that. But as I said, it will be here forever. Ed Milson Jr. takes him on. Good tackle, but good tackle there. Manzambi. A goal kick to Switzerland. It's a goal kick to Switzerland. Akanji takes it short. Shot on goal. Good save for Abanada. Abanada's probably been their main player today, Qatar. It's probably been their main player. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Guys, it has been a relatively subdued game. It hasn't been the most entertaining game ever. Qatar looking a little bit more assured in possession, though, at the back. But they're really troubling Switzerland at the moment, and they need to do something different. But you know, the manager, Lopetegui, will be impressed with their opinion, with their improvement. To be honest with you, but right now they just don't look like scoring. You know, they got limitations. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, where do you get those? Where do you get that level? How do you get to that next level? It's experience, isn't it? It's know-how, you know, and a lot of the players, Switzerland, obviously playing in Europe and things like that, is completely different. You know, they're having a much better game than their debut in 2022, though. I would say that like I said, obviously they got annihilated by Ecuador in that game, and they're having a much better game than that game. You know, and they're doing a lot better, and arguably Switzerland are better than that Ecuador team. So there is improvement there. But he who dares wins. You have to try something. You know, that ball is round, kick that ball forward and try and get that ball in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean? And try and do something. Try and do something amazing. Do you know what I mean? We've got about 15 minutes to go, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you, guys. 60,000 people. Nearly 2-0 in Polo. Nearly 2-0. Manzambi were great, gorgeous pass there from Manzambi, the Man United linked midfielder, of course, stroke attacking midfielder for Freiburg. He tried to poke it through the legs of a Banana, but he wasn't having any of it. It just trickles wide of the corner. Wide of the bottom left corner. Unlucky, but nearly 2-0. If it goes 2-0, we might as well call it a day. But whilst it's 1-0, they're still in it. Whilst it's 1-0, they're still in it. Smash a like on the video, guys. Don't forget, I'll be back with the latest transfer news from Manchester United tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn, guys. It is getting hot in that transfer links and stuff. So much going on at the moment. Ins and outs, yes or no. Is he going to sign? Is he going to sign? Substitution here for Qatar. Mohamed Al Manai is coming on. Asim Madibo is coming off. Asim Akim is coming off. We've got about 12 minutes of the game to go, plus injury time. Switzerland also making a change. Here. Zeki Amdouni's coming on. Ruben Vargas off. Ruben Vargas had an eventful game. Ruben Vargas had an eventful game. So, what's the biggest shock you've seen in my life? Seen a lot of shocks in my life. What? Who for? In regards to Man United? I think one of the biggest shocks I've ever had as a Man United fan was when we lost 3-0 to York City in the Coca-Cola Cup back then, League Cup. That was probably one of the biggest surprises I've seen. Is probably that, if I'm being honest. Seen a lot of surprises. There's been a lot of it depends what you mean. Seen a lot. Seen a lot of ins and outs of definitely football. Football is funny sometimes, Football is funny. But can Qatar surprise a few people and get an equaliser here? Can they get an equaliser? 10 minutes to go, guys. He who dares wins. Battle of the brave and all that. They need to try and do something, guys. They need to see if they could do something. See if Qatar can make something happen out of nothing. At the moment, I don't see anything. It's just the game at the moment is sort of just existing. It's just existing and just flattering away to see, into the abyss. And it's going to be like a 1-0 to Switzerland. That's gone. And that's it. And that opportunity that you've got won't come back. It won't come back. You won't get that opportunity again. Brazil 1, Germany 7 was massive. Yeah, that was a massive game. I mean, you see what happened there, Beef Bully, though. What happened to Germany in that game? Germany won that game, right? And they won it well. Obviously, Brazil collapsed. But after that game against Brazil, nobody was beating Germany. Nobody was going to beat Germany. That's what I mean. You beat a team like Brazil, and the way they beat them, you get that confidence boost. I couldn't see nobody beating Germany after that. And they didn't. They won the World Cup, didn't they? Junior for goal kick for Qatar. It's an interception. Sakiria. Back here with Amin. Atif. Let's get the lights up, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Stretford Post as well. Look, listen, guys, I want to see if we can get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of the World Cup. Can we do that, guys? Don't forget to smash a like if you're lurking in the background. Thank you, everyone, for your amazing support. It's been incredible. Thank you. Sorry about the background. Obviously, I am traveling. It's not usually my studio, of course, but I am traveling. And, needs must. Got about 7 minutes to go, guys, plus injury time. 7 minutes to go, plus injury time. Oh, dear. Come on, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Close. Manzambi, the star man that we've been looking at, guys. Manzambi. 6 minutes to go in the game, guys. Came close there. Zakaria saw his initial shot blocked. Imbulo, close. Again from Imbulo, and again almost 2-0. But not at all. He didn't get there. Nearly Imbulo as well. They almost scored a couple of goals in quick succession here, guys. It could have been 2-0 to Switzerland. It would have been game over. But as we stand, it's still 1-0. Manzambi. No. Yeah, just obviously 1-0 would do for Switzerland, but they won't be very impressive. Xhaka, but passed it in Bulo. He batted his way into the box, but what Imbulo needed to do, he needed to pass it. He needed to look up. It was nearly 2-0. He nearly scored a second goal, but he was a bit greedy there. How haven't Switzerland? What my biggest question? How Switzerland haven't produced? Qatar need to throw in a few more players. But yeah, what I would say is that how can Switzerland not produce another striker? I mean, Imbulo's been their player for years now, hasn't he? He's been in their player for years. They can't convert opportunities. They're Switzerland just seem dead on opportunities. Afif. Well, I said 3-1 was my prediction, didn't I? I said 3-1 was my prediction. As we stand, it's only 1-0. It has been a little bit embarrassing for Switzerland in this game. It has been. I know they're going to get the win, probably end 1-0, but it's embarrassing to be honest with you because Qatar have stifled them. To be honest with you, they haven't been able to do anything against them. It's a foul. Lopetegui. He's done pretty well, to be honest with you. We could be here forever. I just can't see Qatar scoring, honestly. Afternoon, Marcus. How you doing, my friend? Where were you yesterday, Marcus? We done the Canada game. I didn't see you. I didn't see you, Marcus. Where were you? Hope you're doing well, Marcus. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Yeah, Switzerland have been very disappointing here. Very, very disappointing for me. They should be embarrassed, to be honest with you. We've got 2 minutes, 1 minute of normal time to go, plus injury time here. Yeah, I can't believe how Switzerland have not produced another striker in all these years. Marcus, I had to work, man. Last minute fit in. No problem, man. It was a decent result, though. 1-1. I think wasn't a bad result. You did all right. I thought the performance was all right. As long as you didn't lose the game. But I thought the performance was good. Obviously, Bosnia are not bad. I've said this for a while, though. Bosnia are not a bad football team. Embolo wide again. If I was Switzerland, I'd be concerned. I'd be concerned with that. With the way this game has gone. 6 minutes added time, guys. 6 minutes added time. We've got 6 minutes of added time. These water breaks are obviously dragging the injury time out. Afif. Aladdin. It's a tame effort at Kobo. At least they made an effort, but it's a tame effort. Alaeddin had an effort there. Turn and shot straight at the goalkeeper. Yaki looks frustrated on the touchline. Switzerland have been very, very sloppy, guys. We've got 5 minutes to go. What can Qatar do? Can Qatar get something, guys? I do think that Qatar have improved immensely, though. I think we've got to be fair here. They've improved, but it's just the goal scoring side of things. They need to learn how to put that ball in the back of net and create chances. You know. Marcus, doing the Brazil game next. This game is not exciting. No, sorry, Marcus. I won't be doing it. It's too late for me. 2 in the morning. Nah, not this weekend. I've got too much to do this weekend. But you know what? I will be back. The next World Cup game I'm going to be doing, it will be tomorrow evening. Germany against Carousel. That's the next one I'm doing. I'm gutted. I'm going to miss the Brazil one, but I'm traveling, Marcus, so I can't do the Brazil game, unfortunately. But I'm sure it's going to be a very good game. My prediction is 2-2. Haiti, Scotland. There's no point. Scotland are going to win that game. Cross, the save. 3 minutes to go, guys. 3 minutes to go. It was a flash cross from Sakaria, but Raider got on his head, his heels onto it. 67,000 people apparently in the stadium here in Santa Clara, California, the Bay Area Stadium. Big up everyone though who's joined me today. Really appreciate it. I know it hasn't been the best game. Big up Marcus. But we'll be back tomorrow though. Thank you, Ephraim. Really appreciate you, man. It hasn't been a great. Obviously, the game has been a little bit dead. Obviously, I'm in a different location and stuff like that. But thank you. Really appreciate you, Ephraim, every single time. Thank you for your support. I will be back tomorrow, though, obviously, for Breaking Dawn, by the way. The game isn't finished yet. We still got like 2 minutes to go. They've equalised. Qatar have equalised, guys. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. I cannot believe it. Unbelievable. Qatar have equalised, guys. I cannot believe it. Qatar have equalised. It's a header. They're going absolutely crazy. It's Boulam Kuki, the defender. I told you, whilst it's 1-0, you never know, guys. Whilst it's 1-0, you never know. Qatar have equalised. It's 1-1 against Switzerland. Qatar 1, Switzerland 1. Unbelievable cross. What a bullet header. Straight in the back of the net. 1-1. One 0 is never a safe scoreline, guys. There you go, Marcus. You're the lucky charm. 1-1, guys. I told you 1-0 is never a safe scoreline. Qatar have made it exciting at the end. Well deserved. Absolutely. This Qatar first ever point in the World Cup. First ever point in the World Cup. And Switzerland have got themselves to blame because Switzerland have played like just dominated possession, but they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. But whilst they stay at 1-0, Qatar slowly got into the game, slowly but surely got into the game, and they equalised. Unbelievable. I didn't see the goal coming, to be fair. The assist was on Homan El Amin Mohamed Ahmed, of course, otherwise known as Homan Al Amin. Yeah, it's 1-1, guys. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, guys. Absolutely. Big up Slices of Sip. Hope you're well. 1-1, guys. Unbelievable finish to this game. Literally on the 95th minute, Qatar have equalised. I cannot believe that. There you go. You never can rule that out. 1-0 is such a delicate score, guys. Such a delicate score. Injury time is done now. Injury time's over. Injury time is over. Cheap misses and you get big mistakes, guys. Small misses make big mistakes. And that's what I would say. Goal kick to Qatar. They just need to hold on now for this draw. Historical draw. It's a historical draw, guys. Unbelievable. Come on. Some may say it's against the run of play, but I don't agree. I think that, you know what, if you're at 1-0 and you can't finish the game off, it's you got yourself to blame, to be honest with you. Brazil game's going to be big. To Switzerland, this is football. Got to take your chances, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Marcus. Yali, when a team starts to defend a lead, I wish them to get slapped in the face. This happened. And yeah, I agree, Yali. They deserve that. Absolutely deserve that. But to be honest with you, I saw Switzerland getting a little bit nervous in this second half. I saw them getting a little bit nervous. Still 97. Full time, guys. Full time. Qatar 1, Switzerland 1. This is Qatar's first point in World Cup history. A little bit of history we have witnessed with our very own eyes, guys. Qatar 1, Switzerland 1. Full time. Kuki, with the bullet header after 95 minutes. Unbelievable, guys. Congratulations to Qatar on their first point in the World Cup. Unbelievable, unbelievable scenes here, guys. Absolutely astonishing. So is it 2 draws in this group now? Is it 2 draws in this group? Unbelievable, guys. Qatar won, Switzerland won. What do you make of that? I mean, they must be over the moon, Qatar. There'll be celebrations going on, you know. And what a moment for Qatar. What a moment. Drawing with powerhouse like Switzerland in the last minute. Basically, you know, unbelievable. Guys, I want to say thank you, everyone. Congratulations, Qatar, on their first point. I will see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Smash a like. Unbelievable finish here, guys. Unbelievable. That is what I'm talking about. That's more like it. A kind of dead game. But in the end, I did say it. It livened up at the end. If it's only 1-0, you never know what can happen, guys. You know, you're never out of it. Guys, thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Have a great, great evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. I'll be back for Breaking Dawn for the latest Man United news. Qatar won, Switzerland won. Unbelievable. Who would have thought it? Have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.